This is the first couch that we made about 3 or 4 months ago, and we're going to make another one like it. And what we want to do is do a step-by-step.
All right, this is a box frame, like he said. This is the seat of the couch. It's 75. Now this is to fit a standard size coral mattress on top. That's why it's these dimensions. You can use any dimensions you want. But it's 75 by 28.
We just put a board under these to make sure that these are stable.
Oh,
So they
okay.
don't go in.
Now, this is an outdoor Adirondack chair, but this is just for an example. You know, we're not building a couch that's exactly flat. We are going to lean it back just a little bit. And, you know, you want your leg to be flush. Because if you take a regular piece of wood for a leg and just tilt it back, it's got a gap there.
Oh, yeah.
So what you do is you decide at what angle you want your seat to be. And then you take another piece of wood after you decide your angle. You know, you can put another piece of wood up here, like example. Put that piece of wood, Alex.
So you have an idea
How slanted you want it. You know, you just put this up here, get you an idea how slanted you want your seat to be, and then have another board on the bottom, and just draw a line straight across.
Okay.
And that's your slanted cut, so that your leg is flush. And then you just take that same slant for the top too, so the arm is flush. And
so that's reversed.
And that's just a simple way of making flush cuts. This is just the leg we're putting in. We've decided that we like our couch height 15 inches off the floor. So, you know, we put a little line on our leg and we're just screwing the leg in. That's it. Okay, so this is the project. We brought it in the house. It's so big, it won't fit in the back door. You know, when we move it later, if we ever go to a different house, it's a double door, opens up and it fits out the double door. So this is like the bench part of it.
And we have a
Slight
slant.
slant.
If you come down here, you'll notice the slant.
I'm sure you can see it in the camera.
You can see the slant.
And we use the larger leg in the back, you know, it gives it a look there. And you do that angle on the wood just like we showed before. And, you know, you can make these any size you want. We're using these coral mattresses to put down, and then we put a nice blanket over it. Our back, you know, slanted so it's not square, you know, so you're not sitting straight up.
Exactly.
So we're not sitting straight up. You know, you make it, you know, slant it back a little bit. And I just don't want the board to have like a look like that, so I'm just
Trying to make it flush.
cutting another angle, you know.
Okay.
You decide where you want the back to be, and then you can get you a square and draw you a line straight across the wood, you know. That way you know what angle it is, so you've got, you know, you've got a square. Or
Exactly.
a square look, you know. So then you're just taking some more wood. Now remember, this deck was 75 inches long, so you're basically just making these boards for your backrest 75 inches long. And just putting some screws in, pretty simple, 2 per board. And we only put 1 screw down here. So you can adjust your angle. You can sit down on it and figure out what kind of an angle you want for your backrest, you know, because different people might like it back more with more pillows or steeper. And then after you figure that out, you pop more screws in. And our next piece that we're doing is there's a piece in here which you can't see because we have an arm on top.
Oh, I see.
But it goes in here,
Yeah.
and that's what supports this back piece from jolting back and forth. So this is going to go right here.
Okay.
And what you do is, since there's an angle here, and you've got this gap, you cut your wood a little bit longer, and then you come to this side, figure out what angle you want your backrest to be, and then you draw a line. See? And it's angled, larger here, thinner there, and that's going to give you a flush fit against these boards here. Pretty straightforward. right there, up, up, right there. Okay, don't move. Are you still recording?
Mm-hmm.
Good. I'm also deciding the height of the arm. I made the leg here on the side taller as well, and I've decided I want my arm to be roughly 10 inches high. So
You're gonna cut
I'm
that
making
off.
a mark there, and then I'm making this angled mark over here, like I pointed out previously. And that's our cuts there and there.
Remove this.
And then after I make this cut here, this cut back here, I'm going to put that in there, and then I can just draw a line here and cut things off. And then we'll make our curved piece for the top. Okay, basically, we have these round edges an inch above our back piece. You could have any size you want, but we like an inch. And we're just using a cup to make it round. It's pretty simple for the top.
And
Okay.
use a jigsaw.
You know, and then you just draw a circle with your pin.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me
And
watch.
use the jigsaw.
And we're using a jigsaw which cuts round cuts, and this wood's kind of thick, so it cuts slow. Just take your time and make sure you go perfectly round. I'm gonna actually start.
You wanna
from
do
this
it, Alex?
side. Pencil it out. That's how we get around top. Then you just sand it. And now we're going to go measure and do the arms. And we've got round arms too. See, we don't have the arms on here yet.
Oh, okay.
It's just a support beam that goes straight across. It's under the arm. Hold your backrest in, and then we're gonna make an arm. And for that, we just use a bucket lid, or a bowl, or a plate. This is our board for our arm. We're basically just laying it out, and we're thinking about maybe doing a different design than just a round. We're gonna go over some ideas of what kind of swirly or whatever, square or circles or whatever we want to do on the arm. So we're just drawing that out right now. Before we draw our design on our arm, we are going to, see you've got this spacing here from the
Yeah.
back piece. And if we just put our arm here, we've got a gap.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to measure this distance here, which is 1.5. And we're going to draw that. It's 1.5 by 1. And we're going to draw that right here and cut it out, and then this will slip in. And that gap will be filled. And then
We'll cut it.
And then we'll draw the design on the arm. So we decided on an arm design, I think. You like this arm design? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I just rounded off this end and put a little notch in it. You know, and I beveled this end here and this end here, since this is angled, your backrest, so it fits flush here.
Alright.
And I just gave it round so it doesn't look square there, and round here. And that's what that arm's gonna look like. Just a little bit different design than this one. You know. And this is the arm, and what I'm doing is it's basically 2 1/4 inches, or excuse me, 2 2/8 inches out this way. And then for this here, I'm just doing the ultra basic way is just draw some lines, and the depth, just checking the depth. That's about 4 centimeters. Just draw a line like that. That's that simple. Notch it out with your jigsaw, and you're done. Get you a bowl, draw some round corners, whatever design you want your arm to look like. You know, just put it on there and sketch it out. You know, it's like drawing back in preschool. And that's that. Now, hang on a second. To cut out the block, you gotta, you know, you can't get your saw blade in there. So typically, you draw, you
gonna be using these?
drill a little hole. That way you can put your saw blade in
Oh, yeah.
and cut. Like that. Well, this wood extends 5 inches from here. And I want 1 3/4 inch to match that side. So I take 5 inches, make a little mark. That little mark is exactly on the other side where this is. And then I take the 1 3/4 inches from that mark and draw it there. And that's where the tip of my round circle starts. Right there. And you know, it's just wood. Don't be scared to make a mistake. Trial and error. Sorry, here comes sorry. There you have it. It's about done. What we're going to do next is, that's about done. Of course, that's not screwed in. Just to give it so the leg doesn't look so thin. This is just a scrap piece of wood, but we're going to put a front that goes all the way up to the top, a front fascia piece. Look, so it doesn't have that thin look, covers up that area there, that crack, you know. And then back here, just to get these boards even, we're gonna mount this piece of wood. Actually goes here. We just haven't put it on yet. We're just gonna screw that into the back, and that's gonna flush the wood together there. And then
Which will look like this, right here on this.
yeah.
On this side.
And then it just needs sanded and painted or stained, and then get you some cushions, and that's it. Here's a finished couch without sanding or varnishing it or lacquering or whatever you feel like using. There's the finished product. With just a mattress and then some pillows. Stiff. These are really stiff pillows for now. And it sits pretty comfortable. Solid as a rock, solid wood.